Hello everyone, and welcome back to From Our Basement Gaming.
Hey everybody!
We are back with part 15 of our Yugioh Dark Duel Stories Let's Play.
That we are.
I said 15.
Yes, he said 15.
Yes, 1-5-15. And I think we're starting to make a little more progress.
Yes, we have. I defeated this guy, and I defeated that guy.
Yeah.
So I just need to defeat them about a few more times.
Yes.
And then we can open round 3.
Yeah. I'll mention it next time we're on the menu. My eyes do a weird optical illusion thing with Pandora's icon. Well, let me do it. There, so you could maybe kind of see what my brain does.
Oh, Schneider.
No. Let me open the strategy guide for alignment purposes.
Bunker.
We could use a few thunders. I kept passing it by, not seeing it.
So does Earth destroy thunder?
Earth? Yes. Of course. Naturally. I hope you find what I was talking about in the last part interesting.
Yeah. It was.
That was a re-recording, this one is not.
Yep. This is happening as I'm playing.
Yep.
I just got by his fiend and his cyber. Excuse me.
It's a fiend.
The fiend mega cyber.
It's a warrior and
Yes.
see, this is something where they really needed to proofread this book, because guess what? It doesn't list fiend under alignment. It lists shadow. Is shadow supposed to be fiend? I don't know. It lists evil. Is evil supposed to be a fiend?
In that case, I'm screwed.
So, if it's shadow, then you need a card that's dreams to be it. And if it's evil, then you need light to be it. So it's like, your guess is as good as mine when it comes to which one's fiend. This is what Prima, when you name yourself Prima and you make lazy mistakes like this, I'm starting to think you're not really very prima if you get practice.
Exactly. That's a good one. Yes.
For those of you who don't know, prima means perfect. Yeah. It's German for perfect. I don't know if it means perfect in other languages. I only know in German. and I don't know if that's what they were going for,
Probably were.
or if they were going for Prime, or
Perfect.
the first, or I don't know.
Or first.
Which I guess Prime could kind of imply perfect. It probably is also Latin. Yeah, in Latin it means first. So I don't know if they were going for the Latin first, or if they were going for the German perfect. Go ahead.
Very acidic.
I don't feel like having a migraine today. Thank you very much.
Those are nice.
HDMI card that cable that gets loose. The card is
Yeah.
it's back.
Oh, groovy. Spicing things up and beefing up his monster. You're gonna use 2,430?
I love it when they unnecessarily equip their monsters. Like, I get doing it. I get doing it when your opponent's monster is strong, but just doing it because you can. I don't know. I guess I played the game differently. I didn't feel the need. Then again, I never played it competitively because I was kind of robbed of playing with my classmates because we had a big problem where people were stealing cards at my school. And they basically were like, hey, don't bring Yu-Gi-Oh cards to school because they'll get stolen. They literally sent a memo home with us.
Therefore, the American children can't have the same experience. It's always those bad boys that ruin the whole thing for everybody.
Yeah. And one of my friends from Canada had that experience with Pokemon. So, and I'm like, yeah, well, for some reason in our school, the Pokemon trading card game was not that popular. But Yu-Gi-Oh was. I'm not really sure what to say. All I know is my grade was in middle school was very.
Well, my win just destroyed his little D.
Yeah.
That sounds dirty out of context.
Yeah, that's one of those decisions where I'm like, why didn't you just keep it Little Dinosaur, which is clearly what its name was? Because calling it Little D is gonna make 8-year-olds snicker. and grown men like us snicker. It's like, yeah, the wind destroyed the little D. Like, yeah. And I'm not saying only those of the male gender would laugh at it. Plenty of other genders would too. But anyway, so I was in middle school when Yu-Gi-Oh first came out, and the game was traction. And I feel like the reason the Pokemon trading card game was not very popular is even in middle school, I feel like there probably were plenty of people who liked Pokemon, but they had this attitude of, I'm not gonna show it because it's a kid's thing, and I'm not a kid. I'm not a little kid, I'm not a baby type of attitude.
Well, there was that, and I think about it. I remember Pokemon cards getting banned.
Yeah, they were banned too, but I don't remember people actually talking about Pokemon cards, at least not in my grade. Your grade was probably, but my grade didn't. A lot of the kids in my grade were lame. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. I mean, there was one kid who insisted that Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon were created by the same person. I'm like, no. I'm like, they are... See, I could understand somebody making that mistake like in 4th grade or whatever, but we were both 7th graders by that time. And he told me that, and I'm like, no. I said, they were localized by the same company, but they were made by 2 completely different companies. And I said the writer of the manga for Yu-Gi-Oh! Had nothing to do with Pokemon. And he kind of just... He got mad at me for correcting him and treated me like I was...
In your face, Rex!
Yeah, we beat you.
I lost? Impossible! Let's see you do that again.
Okay.
Sure.
You won, so you get a card first. And you got Goblin's Secret Remedy.
Recovers 1,000 life points.
Yeah.
Not bad.
But yeah, like, he got all indignant and acted like I was weird for knowing that.
What a weasel.
And it's like... I mean, I wasn't to the point where I knew the actual names of the studios, but I knew they were different studios.
Yeah.
Because they're very proprietary with Pokemon in Japan. Like, they're super controlling with that IP. Like, back when Nintendo was fast and loose with its other properties, it was not with Pokemon. I don't even remember the name of the company that does the Pokemon anime because the other stuff they do is stuff I don't know. As far as I'm aware. So yeah. And that's the other difference. You know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Started as a manga. Pokemon started as a video game. Then it was an anime. Then there were various manga that were spin-offs of either the game or the anime, depending on what that individual writer felt like basing their manga off of. So, that guy was just an idiot who he liked to fantasize that he knew everything. Just one of those kinds of kids.
One of those, eh?
Yeah. I mean, hey, if you're gonna claim to be a know-it-all, you should at least know it all.
Yeah, just like the music from Polar Express movie.
Oh. I never saw the Polar Express movie because I was one of the small percentage of people who did not grow up with the book. So I had no emotional attachment to the property whatsoever. So when I saw this trailer and it looked ugly, I'm like, nah.
Well, I wish I had that experience.
I know that you were part of the majority of the population that had an emotional attachment to that book from their childhood. Which they were gambling on. They were counting on that. I just happened to not have had that experience. So I'm sorry that you did and that it sorely disappointed you.
It did disappoint me.
I mean, I heard the details about it from a certain critic.
Oh, a certain critic. I can only think of a handful.
Yes. Which I'm like, yeah, this person's right. And the movie itself looked even uglier than the trailer. Sorry to those of you who thought the movie looked beautiful. I did not feel that way.
Yeah, that's the thing about that was that apparently the story needs to be more bombastic and in your face for a movie.
I guess they thought people would be bored. I don't know.
Well, Tom Hanks playing like 5 of the roles in that movie.
I hate to say it, and don't take offense to this, Tom Hanks fans.
Yes,
but I
especially
feel
you, Tom.
don't take offense to this Tom Hanks himself if you're for some reason watching this, if you're secretly a huge Yugioh fan, and you stumbled upon our video. I feel like that was part of the problem. And it's nothing against Tom Hanks and how he looks. I think it is how they modeled everybody to look like him, and it just didn't work. Because they didn't really model after him in a very flattering way.
Yep.
So I'm not here saying that Tom Hanks is not attractive. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the way they handle it. It's kind of like, ironically, another Christmas movie. The animated Christmas Carol that starred Jim Carrey. Where they modeled Scrooge after him, to look like him, and it was also very ugly.
Did they do the ghost after him as well?
Yes. And some of it was really disturbing, like Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah, Ebenezer Scrooge.
You remember him.
Yeah, he has screws, and he has a screw loose, so yeah.
He's the mentally insane cousin that Scrooge sends a little bit of money to on Christmas, telling nobody, of course.
Oh wow, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so
guilt about the fact that he threw his mentally ill cousin in a facility instead of taking care of him like a good cousin. No, I'm sorry. Anyway. Scrooge is not the most egregious example of bad animation in that movie. And I haven't seen the whole movie, I've just seen multiple reviews of it, enough to kind of have most of the picture of what it looks like. So I just feel like this modeling semi-CGI characters after the voice actors portraying them was not working out very well for them at that time. I'm not saying it can't be done well, it just wasn't in these instances where I feel like, honestly, a good way to fix both of those movies would either have them be hybrid live-action animated or just have them be live-action.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they have done Polar Express live action? And hire actual children to play the children. Don't have Tom Hanks play all the roles.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I do know what
Don't, and the same thing with the Christmas Carol. Don't have Jim Carrey play all the characters.
Yeah, I kind of prefer the one with the Muppets, honestly.
Yeah, that probably the easiest one for me to stomach as a kid. I didn't. In terms of the animated ones, I actually would play with the live action ones. But I think I was just way too young when I watched it. But the Mickey's A Christmas Carol really disturbed me. The Christmas future scene really scared me. But I don't know how old I was, maybe 2 or 3.
Wasn't Petey the ghost of Christmas future?
Yeah.
And he wore a devil's costume?
Yeah, and it wasn't him himself that scared me, it was the scene. It was,
Eventually I did watch the Mickey's Christmas Carol.
basically the illusions of sending you to the bad place.
Yes.
I think I can say it on here, sending you to hell.
Yeah, I presume so.
That was a bit too much for me. Not so much now, but at times.
Well, I don't blame you for feeling it.
The same year, I was perfectly fine with The Nightmare Before Christmas. I was afraid of Mickey's A Christmas Carol for that one scene. I don't know, guys. I was a weird child.
I wouldn't say weird child. Interesting, but not.
It was like The Nightmare Before Christmas was that exception. That and Scooby-Doo. But Scooby-Doo wasn't really designed to be scary.
That's true, we learned about that.
But yet execs still thought so anyway, like, this is too scary, you're gonna show this to kids? And they're like, oh, okay, how about if we add this funny talking dog? And they're like, yeah, alright.
Yes.
Probably the reason I like mysteries.
Probably.
Really got into yeah, we always go in interesting directions.
Yes, we do.
That's why I want you guys to stick around so you can hear what we talk about. And to watch.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Because that's an amazing thing to learn, I have to be honest. I was expecting Nightmare Before Christmas to be funny and hilarious. It was actually not. It was whimsical, but it was also meant to be taken from at heart.
Yeah, didn't you not like it as a kid?
Correct. I did not. After watching the whole thing, I didn't care for it as a kid. I was actually rather disappointed with it.
Well, if somebody had given you the impression it was a comedy, yeah, I kind of get that.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, I didn't include your dialogue.
That's alright. Psychic Kappa.
Kappa who looks...
Like he's disco dancing.
He also looks kind of bloated in this
He does look
version.
bloated.
What have they done to you, Psychic Kappa? At least they made you look more like a proper Kappa.
Yeah.
So you don't actually look much like a Kappa.
Right. Because admittedly, yeah, that and seeing a giant snake thing eat a aluminum Christmas tree is also a good one to
to?
Some of the antics in whole, but yeah, the biggest one was that it wasn't hilarious as I thought it was. But I grew to like it when I was a teenager much more.
So now I have an interesting question for you. What gave you the impression it would be a comedy?
Well, if I got my memories right, the way they ended that advert.
Marketing. See, here's the interesting thing about my experience. I have next to no recollection of watching any kind of ads from The Nightmare Before Christmas. It came on TV. They were like showing it on one of the channels one night. And they were actually showing it without ads. Miraculously. Don't know how that happened, but every once in a while you get ad-free movies back in the day on the TV.
That's what happened.
And that was my experience. So it's very interesting because I went in without any kind of prior knowledge.
And I did go with prior knowledge.
Well, maybe that's part of the difference. I saw it the first year it came out, so maybe there wasn't a lot of knowledge about it yet.
Right.
For there to be ads. Especially because this was one of those cases where Disney felt it was going to be too dark, so that's why they put it under the Touchstone label. So I didn't even know it was a Disney movie for the longest time. What are we doing?
Well, I'm trying to get that Kappa thing.
Oh.
His name was
Psychic Papa.
So I'm looking for a key.
Yes. And this is why I'm annoyed that it does it this way by number and you can't do alphabetical. It takes forever to find the card. They're almost out of time. So I wouldn't be surprised if Disney leaned heavily on trying to make it seem more whimsical and magical and family fun.
Oh, they did. Not to mention, they did kind of spoil something like Oogie Boogie showing up, because I remember seeing him dancing on what looked like a wheel of fortune.
Yeah, because most people don't realize he's in the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, I knew
you were misled by the...
Yes, I was misled by the trailer's commercial ads. Honey, what did Santa get you for Christmas? Then the kid turns around and shows the shrunken head, all of them scream. So yeah.
Oh, that's right, the parents screamed.
Yeah. So that was what we were expecting when we rented the VHS tape called The Nightmare Before Christmas. And you killed my radiant critter.
So this is kind of the opposite effect of the Treasure Planet advertisements, where you saw ads for The Nightmare Before Christmas, you thought it would be a fun, whimsical movie, and you were excited to see it, and were
some hilarious, with some funny, with some heart and whatnot, and Halloween fun, with some Christmas.
Which is kind of what it is.
Oh yeah, it is.
I guess you weren't expecting
It was a much more heartfelt, like...
I guess your 5-year-old self was not ready for that.
No.
I see. So, whereas with me, I don't know if I've shared this before, and obviously you know that we're sabotaging Treasure Planet. That's a discussion for another day. For me, I was cheated out of enjoying Treasure Planet because I saw an advert for it that gave me all the wrong impressions because the advert was showing the worst part of the movie, and that's the failed comic relief robot. And I thought, man, I'm not interested in this movie. They just, I already kind of was not into the Treasure Island story. So you kind of need to throw in some stuff to show me that this is going to be a retelling of the story in a way that's going to touch me rather than just leaning on your unfunny character and just showing some shots of the ship and the main character doing this weird flyy thing to get me invested. So, and I feel bad because as an adult, I saw somebody review Treasure Planet, and I'm like, man, I would have loved this movie as a kid.
Yes.
And I felt really bad that they cheated me out of watching it.
Yeah, it's
Because
unfair.
Treasure Planet bombed. And they knew it would, because they sabotaged it with their marketing.
Yep, they did.
And they did it in a way where you can't really prove it in a way that they could, get punished
Yeah.
for saying. Or, where people could go, well, we have to give it a chance because the marketing was...
Yeah, considering that we're equally exclusively.
Back
Yes.
then, we actually trusted the marketing, to be honest. Nowadays, we know that movie trailers can flat out lie. if they
Yeah.
want to.
In fact, I'd actually argue almost all of them lie.
Yeah, or they'll purposely spoil the movie.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, why am I going to see this? You told me what happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, because usually when the trailers are honest, I have a really good idea of whether I'm gonna like a movie or not. Because 9 out of 10 times when the trailers are honest, and I'm like, this doesn't look like a movie I'm gonna like, I am usually right.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
and we'll end after this.
And I kind of had a similar experience with trailers. Yeah, sorry. I kind of had a similar experience with trailers and Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to... They were really hamming up and advertising it that this is anti-Disney movie that just dumps all over everything we've made before. Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't really make me want to watch it.
Yeah.
That made one of my family members really want to see it.
Oh, wow.
But at least he didn't turn around and say that he didn't like the movie. But yeah, Lilo and Stitch had nothing to do with sabotaging classic Disney movies, unlike the ads made it seem. Him being a naughty, misbehaving alien is really only a small portion of the actual movie. Lilo and Stitch is actually a really heartwarming movie that, more than likely, the first time you watch it, you probably will tear up at least a little bit. Unless you have no soul. No, I'm kidding.
It's about a little guy who's given a bad hand and escaped because he doesn't want to be put up with all the crap that he had to deal with in his home planet from his two creators.
Well, he was a
them
in
as
that
creators.
Yeah.
We're criminals. And he
Yes.
was going to destroy.
Yes, he was a criminal just by being the creation of the criminal. But anyway, guys, we will
Have a great day, everybody.
see you next time. Bye.